Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalam ala rasulillah, wa ala alihi wa ashabihi wa man wala, amma ba'du. فكلامنا اليوم عن شعائر اليوم العيد. Then our speech today is upon the symbols and the signs of the day of Eid. عن عبد الله بن قرط رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال, Abdullah ibn Qurt, may Allah be pleased with him, said that the Prophet ﷺ said, إِنَّ أَعْظَمَ الْأَيَامِ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى يَوْمُ النَّهَرِ ثُمَّ يَوْمُ الْقَرِّ أخرجه أبو داود بإسناد صحيح. The Prophet ﷺ, he said, the greatest day with Allah, the Most High, is the day of Eid, or the day of slaughtering, and then the day of Qarr. The meaning of Qarr here is the day when the people يستقرون في Mina, when they settle in Mina, right? So that's why it's called Yawm al-Qarr. They settle. The meaning of Qarr, qarrara yuqarriru, they settle in Medina, right, or in Mina. So they go from the Masjid al-Haram, they go to Mina and they stay there. This hadith is narrated by Abu Dawood with an authentic chain. The Shaykh Abdullah bin Salih al-Fawzan, he says, Al-Hadith dalilun ala fadli yawm al-Nahr wa annahu a'zam al-ayyam inda Allah ta'ala wa huwa yawm al-Hajj al-Akbar. This hadith is an evidence that for the virtue of the day of sacrifice, and that it is the greatest day with Allah, or according to Allah the Most High, and it also is called the day of the great Hajj, or the greatest Hajj. Ala adhar al-aqwal, according to the most authentic of statements, كما قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يوم الحج الأكبر يوم النهر. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, the day of the greatest Hajj is the day of Nahar, the day of sacrifice. وعن عقبة ابن عامر رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يوم عرفة ويوم النهر وأيام التشريق عيدنا أهل الإسلام. He said, the day of Arafah, which is today, Yawm al-Nahar, which is tomorrow, وأيام التشريق, the 3 days following, they are our Eid, the people of Islam. They are our festival, our celebration. And it's strange to know that most people say the Eid is 3 days. And here the Prophet ﷺ says 5 days. Arafah, wa Nahr, wa Ayyam al-Tashriq. Ala aqal, at least 4 days. Eid al-Adha, Yawm al-Nahr, wa Ayyam al-Tashriq. Right? Wa Eid al-Nahr afdal min Eid al-Fitr. The Eid, or the festival of the sacrifice, is greater than the festival of Fitr, which is when we break fast after Ramadan. The Shaykh goes to explain, لِأَنَ عِيدُ النَّهَرِ فِيهِ صَلَاةٌ وَالذَّبْحِ. In the Eid of Nahar, the Eid of sacrifice, there is salah and slaughtering. وَذَلِكَ فِيهِ الصَّدَقَةُ وَالصَّلَاةُ. And in that one, meaning Eid al-Fitr, there is sadaqah and salah. Right? وَالنَّهَرْ أَفْضَلْ مِنَ الصَّدَقَةِ. And slaughtering is better than sadaqah. Right? كما أن يوم النهر يجتمع فيه شرف المكان والزمان للحجاج بيت الله الحرام. Likewise, يوم النهر, the day of sacrifice, gathers between the noblest of places and the noblest of times for those who are making Hajj to the sacred house of Allah. وفي هذا اليوم, meaning يوم, the Eid, which is tomorrow, وظائف نرتبها كما يلي. We're going to arrange them. There are certain things that should be done tomorrow. We're going to arrange them as follows. He says, أولا الخروج إلى مصلى العيد على أحسن هيئة. To go out to the place of prayer in your best appearance. Your best appearance. This is from the sha'air of Allah, the symbols of Allah. When the people see the Muslims, where are all those Muslims gathering? How come all those Muslims took off? Especially like when it's in the park, right? Where are all those people with them things on their heads and stuff? Where are they going? They look nice though. I don't know what it is or what they're doing, but we want them to see us look nice, not to look bummy. Not to look bad, we want to see look nice. فَنَذْهَبْ عَلَى أَحْسَنُ الْهَيْئَةِ. We go in the best of appearance. مُبْتَزَيِّنًا بِمَا يُبَاحُ. We beautify ourselves with what's permissible. With what's permissible. We don't beautify ourselves, I'm going to go tomorrow and I'm going to shave my beard now, make myself look all nice. No, that's not permissible. We're not going to make ourselves look permissible by putting a bunch of gold rings on and doing all. No, we're not going to do all that. Right? The women are not going to go and wear a short dress or anything, say this one looks good. No, we're not going to do all that. Right? Ta'asiyan bin Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and following the example of the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, وَلَا يَتْرُكَ التَّنَظُّفْ وَالتَّزَيُّن حَتَّى يَذْبَحْ أُضْحِيَتَهُ. And he doesn't leave off this beautification and being clean and looking good until he sacrifices. Until he sacrifices. كَمَا يَفْعَلُهُ بَعْدَ النَّاسِ. Like some of the people, as soon as the Eid's over, they take everything off. Throw that in the car. No, stay nice, look nice until you slaughter. Then after, when you get a little blood on your clothes, then you can change, look normal, inshallah. Right? وَيُبَكِّرْ إِلَى الْمُصَلَّى. He goes early to the place of prayer. Tomorrow it's open at 7, or here at 7. If it's raining, come early as you can. Right? Lish. Why? لِيَحْصُلَ لَهُ الدَّنُ إِلَى الْإِمَامِ. So he can be close to the Imam. وَفَضْلُ انْتِظَارُ الصَّلَاةِ. And he also gets the reward of waiting on the Salah. For the Prophet ﷺ told us a person's in Salah as long as he's waiting on Salah. ثانيا, the second etiquette here. يُسَنَّ التَّكْبِيرُ فِي طَرِيقِهِ إِلَى الْمُصَلَّى. It is the sunnah to say the takbir, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd, or any of the other ones that we learned. Allahu Akbar kabira, walhamdulillahi kathira, wa subhanallahi bukratan wa asila. Make the shawafi happy, right? Right? To say this on the way to the Eid, حتى يخرج الإمام للصلاة, until the Imam comes and stands in front of them for the Salah. He should be making and busy doing takbir. وإذا شرع الإمام في الخطبة ترك التكبير. When the Imam begins the khutbah, he leaves off the takbir. Right? He leaves it off at that point. إلا إذا كبر فيكبر معه. If the Imam starts to make takbir before the khutbah, he makes takbir too, no problem. Because these are the days of takbir. ثالثا, تسنى مخالفة الطريق. It is the sunnah to make the path different. This translation is very, very hard, except with the explanation. وهو أن يذهب من طريق ويرجع من آخر. To go one way to the musalla and come back another way. So we find ourselves, for example, we come down Grand to Gravoy to the musalla. Don't go down Gravoy, Grand back home. Go Grand, Gravoy, then go down Jefferson, swing down Arsenal or something. Find a different way to come and go as much as possible. Right? لما ورد عن جابر بن عبد الله رضي الله عنهما قال كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا كان يوم عيد خالف الطريق. This is due to what is narrated from Jabir ibn Abdullah, may Allah be pleased with him and his father, who said the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, when it was the day of Eid, he used to go one way and come another. Right? He wouldn't just take the same way there, the same way home. Go one way, find another way home. Right? If it happens to be at the masjid, you come down Arsenal to Grand, and go down Gravoy to wherever it was, Compton or where. Find a different way home. Right? Rabian. This is one of the reasons the Mashayikh say, so the people can see. So the people can see. As we remember, the Eid is from the Sha'air of Allah. This is from the symbols of Islam. So the people can see, where are all those Muslims? Where are they coming? Where are they going? They can see, then when they hear about it on the news, on CNN, say, that's what those Muslims were doing today. I remember him. Maybe that's my neighbor. Maybe it's from the symbols of Islam. رابعا يسن في عيد الأضحى ألا يأكل شيئا حتى يصلي. It's the sunnah to not eat tomorrow after Fajr, to begin the day fasting and to break your fast after you pray, and in some narrations after you slaughter. Right? To eat from your sacrifice, so to not eat. لما ورد عن عبد الله بن بريدة عن أبيه رضي الله عنه قال كان النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم لا يخرج يوم الفطر حتى يطعم ولا يطعم يوم الأضحى حتى يصلي. Due to what is narrated from Abdullah ibn Buraydah from his father radiallahu anhu, who said that the Prophet would not go out on the day of Fitr until he ate, and he would not eat on the day of Adha until he prayed. Right? So you begin your day fasting, and after the Salat, break your fast. Khamisan, Salat al-Eid sunnah mu'akkida, sunnatun mu'akkida. That Salat al-Eid is an emphasized sunnah. Yahrusul Muslim ala adaiha. The Muslim should be keen and diligent to perform it. Not say, it's not obligatory, I don't have to go. No, rather he should put effort in. وَيَنْبَغِي حَثَّ النِّسَاءِ وَالْأَوْلَادِ عَلَى حُضُورِهَا. And it's important for him, and he should encourage his wives and his children to attend the prayer as well. Hatta as-sabyan, even the young kids. And in some narrations, hatta al-ha'id, even the women who are menstruating should come, but stay away from the place of prayer. But they should still attend to see the festivities of the Muslims, to hear the takbirat, and to listen to the khutbah. Idharan li sha'air al-Islam, right? Manifesting the symbols of Islam. وَمِنْ أَهْلِ الْعِلْمِ مَنْ قَالَ بِوُجُوبِهَا. And there are some people who say that it is obligatory to go. The Eid Salah is obligatory. Some of them say that. Some of them say it's recommended or highly recommended. سادسا بعد الصلاة والخطبة يذبح أضحيته بيده إن كان يحسن الذبح. After the Salah and after the khutbah, he goes and he slaughters his sacrifice with his own hand if he's able to. Rahman, mashallah. وَيَأْكُلُ مِنْهَا, and he eats from it. وَيَهْدِ لِلْأَقَارِبِ وَالْجِيرَانِ, and he gives gifts to his relatives and to his neighbors. وَيَتَصَدَّقْ عَلَى الْفُقَرَاءِ, and he gives some of it as charity to the poor. وَيَجُوزْ إِدْخَارُ لُحُومِ الْأَضَاحِي, and it's permissible to save back some of the meat from the sacrifice. وَأَمَّا النَّهِي عَنَ الْإِدْخَارِ وَأَنْ أَكْلَ اللُّحُومِ الْأَضَاحِي بَعْدَ الثَّلَاثَةِ, as for the prohibition that says it's not permissible for the Muslim to save or to eat from the meat for more than 3 days, right? فَهُوَ مَنْسُوخ عَلَى قَوْلُ الْجَمْهُورِ, then it is abrogated according to the majority of scholars. وَيَرَى بَعْدَ أَهْلِ الْعِلْمِ أَنَّهُ غَيْرُ مَنْسُوخ, and some of them said that it's not منسوخ. بَلْ مَتَى نَزَلَ بِالنَّاسِ حَاجَةً حَرُّمَ الْإِدْخَارِ. But if the people are in need, if we find that people are hungry and they're in need of the meat, then at that time it's not permissible to save the meat back for ourselves more than 3 days. ولا تجوز الاستهانة باللحوم الأضاحي أو رمي ما يحتاج منها إلى تنظيف بحاجة مشقة تنظيفه. It's not permissible to make fun of or to belittle or to throw away the meat which we are not in need of, or that which in order to clean it takes a lot of time and difficulty and it's hard to clean. Maybe say, that's too hard to clean, I'm going to throw it away. Maybe the head. It's too hard to clean the head, get the skin off, get the eyes, the tongue out, the meat off the cheeks. All that's hard, so I'm just going to throw it away. No. Somebody needs that. We talk about the fuqara. This is a blessing from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know? And here we are throwing the blessings of Allah away. No. Even if it's difficult. What happens if it's difficult? بَلْ مِن تَمَامِ الشُّكْرِ الْإِسْتِفَادَ مِنْهَا كُلِّهَا. Rather, from being of the utmost thankfulness and completing being truly thankful, then you use it. All of it. أَوْ إِطَاعُهَا مَنْ يَسْتَفِيدُ مِنْهَا وَلَوْ كُلِّفَ ذَلِكَ جُهْدًا. Then you give it to someone who can use it, even if that means that you put in some effort. It's a little hard on you. No one said tomorrow's going to be easy. It's going to be clean. It's going to be a day of just eating cakes. And no, it's not going to be like that. We're going to slaughter. And if it's hard to get the meat, we're going to get the meat no matter what. It's important, this meat. Sabian, la bas bitahniyat bil Eid. There's no problem with giving each other Eid congratulations, Eid Mubarak, Eid Kareem, تقبل الله منا ومنكم, all of these things. There's no problem with that. وتجب زيارة الوالدين والأقارب, and it's obligatory to visit the parents and the relatives. وزيارتهم تقدم على زيارة الإخوان في الله, and visiting parents and relatives comes before visiting your brothers for the sake of Allah. Visit your parents and your relatives first. لأن الواجب على المسلم أن يبدأ بمن حقهم آكد وصلتهم أوجب. Because it's obligatory upon the Muslim to begin with those who have more rights and their connections and their relationships is stronger. Right? Then he should begin with them first. And then the Shaykh concludes, as always, Allahumma ati nufusina taqwaha wa zakkiha anta khayru man zakkaha. O Allah, give our souls their piety and righteousness and purify them, for you're the best of those who purify them. Anta waliyuha wa mawlaha. You are their guardian and their protector. Allahumma ahsan aqibatina fil umuri kulliha. O Allah, make the best of our deeds, make the end of our deeds and all of them good. وَأَجِرْنَا مِنْ خِزْيِ الدُّنْيَا وَعَذَابِ الْآخِرَةِ. And protect us from being disgraced or belittled in this life and from the punishment of the hereafter. وَاغْفِرْ لَهُمَ لَنَا وَلِوَالِدِينَا وَجَمِيعِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. And O Allah, forgive us and our parents and all the Muslims.